Introduction. Robert Kiyosaki had two fathers, a rich one and a poor one. One was highly educated with a PhD and so intelligent he completed his undergraduate degree in only 2 years. The other father didn't even finish the 8th grade. While both men worked hard, were successful, and earned a lot of money, there was always one who struggled with money. And the other dad, well, he became one of the richest people in Hawaii. By having two dads, with entirely different mindsets, Kiyosaki found himself comparing the two dads a lot. It was hard to figure out which dad he should listen to. Neither had found success yet. And both were experiencing financial struggles as they were still early in their careers. Schools don't provide financial education, thus causing the poor and middle class to be in debt. If millions of people need financial or medical assistance, Medicare and Social Security may run out. Transitioning from the mindset of "I can't afford it" to "how can I afford it" forces you to think instead of letting yourself off the hook. Poor dad, the rich should pay more in taxes. Rich dad, taxes reward those who produce. Poor dad, study hard so you can find a good company to work for. Rich dad, study hard so you can find a good company to buy. Poor dad, I'm not rich because I have children. Rich dad, I must become rich because I have children. Poor dad, don't talk about money over dinner. Rich dad, talk about money and business over dinner. Poor dad, don't take risks. Rich dad, learn to manage risk. Poor dad, a house is the biggest asset you own. Rich dad, a house is a liability. Poor dad, pay your bills first. Rich dad, pay your bills last. Poor dad, struggles to save a few dollars. Rich dad, creates investments. Poor dad, teaches how to write a strong resume. Rich dad, teaches how to write a strong business and financial plan. Poor dad, I will never be rich. Rich dad, I'm a rich man, and rich people don't do this. Chapter 1, Lesson 1, The rich don't work for money. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. Growing up, Robert Kiyosaki went to the same school as the rich kids, simply because he lived on a different side of the street. Being poor, in a school filled with affluent students, made him seek an answer to the question, how do I make money? His best friend Mike was also poor, and so a friendship was struck between the two. The two spent an entire morning one Saturday brainstorming all the ways they could make money. Their first project wasn't a success, nor was it legal. They decided to cast nickels out of lead to make money, literally. With a quick explanation of the laws of counterfeiting from Robert Kiyosaki's poor dad, the pair went back to the drawing board. Robert Kiyosaki's poor dad suggested that the two learn how to make money from Mike's dad, Robert Kiyosaki's rich dad. Poor dad had heard from his banker how good the rich dad is at making money. Mike arranged a meeting time, and the two began their lessons. Robert Kiyosaki arrived at 4 o'clock sharp for his meeting with Mike's dad. When the meeting began, the rich dad told the two that he'd be happy to teach them, but won't be doing it in a classroom style. He proposed that the two boys work for him so that he can teach them faster. The two weren't allowed to ask questions about the deal. And so the first lesson was learned: opportunities are fleeting, so you need to jump on them when they arrive. He offered to pay Robert and Mike 10 cents an hour for 3 hours every Saturday. After a couple of weeks doing excruciatingly boring work, Robert told Mike that he wanted to quit. This response is what Mike's dad was hoping for. Before his meeting with his rich dad, Robert Kiyoski's poor dad told him to demand what he deserves, at least 25 cents an hour, and to quit his job immediately if he didn't get a raise. Robert went to meet with his rich dad, but was forced to wait 60 minutes longer than expected, which infuriated him. Robert felt that his rich dad hadn't kept his end of the bargain of teaching him, and that he was just trying to exploit him by making him work for him. His rich dad noticed that Robert had sounded like his employees after only 1 month. Rich dad insisted that he was teaching Robert, but in a way that life teaches, not in the way that school does. The most effective way to learn is by doing, though most people consume education from books, which is the least effective way. The main lesson he taught in the office that day was that Robert could either end up like his employees who blame others for his problems, or he could take another path and become a wealthy man. Rich Dad had suggested that the two boys find a new way to make money outside of working for someone else,